haircuts so many of us wore back then, hair longish that we parted in the middle, and short-lived striped surfer shirts with Levi's 501s or Navy sailor denims. I saw the faces of the kids in my school. On TV, I watched the mothers and fathers crying into a microphone, wanting answers for how it was that this man could have killed so many for so long. They were contemporaries of my own parents. For the first time, I understood that murder isn't the taking of a life, but the taking of many lives. The moms and dads and sisters and brothers and anyone who falls somewhere in the range between family and casual friend, they are destroyed too. They had done nothing to Gacy, but his evil act reached into their lives and throttled them. Without mercy, without provocation, without any concrete reason other than he wanted to. Murder can seem random, and maybe the act is. The impact to those left behind, however, is direct and absolute. And that's where prosecutors like Terry Sullivan come in. They know the domino effect of murder. Sure, detectives and criminal investigators, in the Gacy case a veritable army, are the front lines of the case, but it's up to the prosecution to take it to the finish line. To manage a case like Gacy's takes equal parts compassion, brilliance, and fierce determination. In this 40th year edition of Killer Clown, you'll see that crucial mix play out as Mr. Sullivan and his co-author chronicle the story in riveting and exact detail. I saw Mr. Sullivan on a new streaming documentary the other day. He's older now, aren't we all? And yet when he speaks, he still reminds us of something that carries the same weight it did when he first spoke about the case to the public. The victims and their families had been waiting for justice for a very long time, a ripple of uncertainty that at times became a tsunami. It was Mr. Sullivan's duty to ensure each got the respect, honor, and healing due from a system that doesn't always think of those left behind. But Mr. Sullivan always did. I thank him for that, the true lesson of this terrible tragedy. He and others who have toiled on behalf of the state to bring murderers to justice are our unsung heroes. Never forget that, because they never forget who they are fighting for. Investigation. Monday, December 11th, 1978. Kim Byers couldn't decide what to do with the photo receipt. Had it been a customer's order, she simply would have given that person the stub from the envelope. But these were her own photographs, which she could easily identify when they came back from the lab. They were prints she planned to give to her sister for Christmas, now just 2 weeks away. It was 7:30 p.m. when Kim, one of several teenagers working at Nissan Pharmacy in Des Plaines, Illinois, had used a brief lull in customer traffic to process her order. Nissan's was in a nondescript one-story building in a small shopping center. Its glass front was papered with signs advertising sale items. Among its neighbors were a 7-Eleven, a gold medal restaurant, and a liquor store. Across busy Touhy Avenue lay the northern perimeter of Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. Inside Nissan's, you smelled the usual drugstore aroma of candies and scented notions, while your ears absorbed the recurring thunder of jets. Kim logged the order number in the record book and tore off the receipt. After a moment's thought, she stuck it in a pocket of the parka she was wearing. While she was working at the cash register, she had borrowed the coat to protect her from the drafts at the front door. Rob Peast, whose parka Kim had on, was now midway through his after-school shift at Nissan's. Rob was a 15-year-old sophomore at Maine West High School, and he'd worked at the pharmacy since the previous summer. Although Kim was 2 years older, Rob and she had dated occasionally. Mature for his age, Rob usually went out with older girls, and Kim was attracted to the handsome boy with the trim athletic build, shaggy brown hair, and wide smile. Tonight, however, the smile was not in evidence as he stalked shelves in silence.